Around here, them guns get the last word.
The first one is Master Raven. Someone says, I have fallen for this character. Master Raven has become my main and favorite Tekken character. I played since Tekken 3. Now this is back in 2017. Harada responds and says, Master Raven has recently increased in its usage rate slightly, but it's rare for SNN to hear such opinion. Thanks. Looking at another tweet from 2017, someone says, I kind of find it hard to believe Panda was more popular than Anna, Christine, and Jun Kazama. Harada says, read again. I'm also saying we do not decide everything with just ranking such as usage. Usage rates and popularities are different things. Even though we put a lot of focus on usage data, what characters are the most popular and not popular, win rates, loss rates, that's not the only thing they go off of. They do just put characters in the roster because players like for them to be on the roster. The whole roster won't be decided by super popular characters. So when you see a character like Panda show up over, whatever else, just know that Panda probably plays a different role or a special role than whatever character that's not there. You have more tweets from Animains being very upset, and Harada is using the same quote over and over. We do not decide everything with just rankings such as usage. Over and over and over, he says the same thing. There's about 3-4 tweets of him saying it. Moving on to another character is Kunimitsu. This is 2010. He said, I heard the same opinion in the past, and I revived her with Tekken Tag Tournament, but her usage rate and popularity was the lowest. Skip all the way. This is a decade later, 2010 to 2021. Someone says, how good is Kunimitsu's character usage in Tekken 7? Harada said, in online, she is 9th place. Even though this is in 2021, I still see Kunimitsu as being one of the most popular characters in the game. I saw all the time that people say they bought the game exclusively for her. I don't know where all the people saw the Kunimitsu trailer or how they found out about it, but when they saw it, they immediately bought the game and they immediately bought her. Even though I'm not that fond of the new Kunimitsu, I prefer the mother over the daughter. I still think that, the daughter is a success. And in Tekken 8, that's who I will want them to go for, because don't put a character in the game just for me, because I probably won't even play it. I'm a Yoshi main to death. Put a character in the game that people actually will play, not just say they want to play, but they will play. They do play. Moving on, let's talk about everyone's favorite, Lily. This is back in 2021. Harada says Lily is 22nd place in offline modes and online modes. He also says it is unusual for offline and online to have the exact same ranking. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And the thing about Lily too, we always say she's one of the most popular female characters in the game, but I will admit, in Tekken 7, she does fall on the lower end, I would say. I kind of just think it's because the male characters are truly dominant. Like Dragunov, Brian Fury, like the male characters are the leading characters. And you don't see the females show up until like top 10, top 15, top 22nd. So who knows? If we were able to look at the whole list, she probably is like 5th most popular female behind maybe Kunimitsu and something like that, right? She probably is, but we just don't see the full list. She is 22nd online and offline. The next one is the Mishimas. Harada says Heihachi's worldwide ranked match usage data March 1st to 31st, 2021. He is 18th place. Kazuya 2nd place. Jin 7th. Devil Jin 14th. And Kazumi is 34th place. I mean, you see what I mean when I say the female characters are just so far down? You have 4 male characters being top 20. 2 of them top 10. And then the 5th female Mishima is 34th. Heihachi's 18th place. You can see why a lot of people want this character to return. He is top 20 most played character in the game. And I would say, even though this is 2 years ago, it probably holds true to this day. But Jin and Devil Jin, if they truly do merge these characters, that will be a defining moment for Tekken. Jin already is 7th place, and then Devil Jin is 14th place. I think they should merge these two together. Maybe we'll see him rise to be top 5, Or maybe we'll see those Devil Chin mains go and pick up a new character. Maybe Kazumi if she's there, maybe Jun Kazama, who knows. But I think it's time to merge them. Harada wasn't spilling the beans for all the characters. Someone asks, please tell us about Zafina's usage rate. Harada responds and says 99% chance that you are a Zafina fan. I think we all pretty much know that Zafina is one of the least played characters in the whole game, even though she's one of the most powerful. That is how you know when a character is truly not popular. When they're one of the most powerful characters in the game, everyone agrees on it, yet they are still super low. He mentions King. This is from January 1st to January 31st, 2021. In online, King is 4th place. In offline, King is 2nd place. And it says Law and King have been competing for the top spot since Tekken 6. This is global stat, but country stat shows more interesting results. Now here's the thing, right? We know that King and Law, Paul Phoenix, some of these characters, we know they are the most popular. But when you look at it from different regions of the world, I think that's when it gets, like Harada says, it gets interesting. Because some regions of the world really love Law. Some of them really love Paul. Some really love Brian. And I think it would be so cool, man, if they could just show us data and we could see which characters are popular in which part of the world. Because even though I have nothing here that talks about Shahid, I hear all the time that Shahid is a beloved character. Everyone loves him, you know, in his home of origin, you know, Saudi Arabia. I hear all the time that people love him there. And I would love to see, like, how true that is. Is that something that Tekken fans just say, or is it reality? We only have tweets like these from Harada to go off of. I wish we had more. Next up, everyone's favorite character, Lucky Chloe. She was very unpopular for North America 5 years ago when she was announced. However, the usage rate of Lucky Chloe in North America over the past 3 years is higher than other countries. This character is completely divided into likes and dislikes. So even though there's a lot of people in North America, right, the Americans, who say they hate this character, she is the most popular in America. So I think it's interesting to see if they put her in Tekken 8 or not. A lot of people say the game needs villains, needs characters that are hated. In my opinion, I would say Eddie is a villain like that. Let me not name names because I'm going to upset you guys with calling your characters villains. But I think there are certain characters who should be on a roster that everyone hates. Like if you think about Street Fighter 6, that guy who could stretch his arms, what's his name? Dalama? That guy. Everyone hates him, but he's in every single one. You need characters like that. So next up is Li Wulong. This is from 2016. Someone says, answer about Li Wulong. Need him for Tekken 7 for real. Harada says he has a chance, of course, but his usage rate was too low. Our effort wasn't enough. And this is something that I see Harada talk about with, you know, characters that are not popular. He say our effort wasn't enough. We tried to make this character popular and it just didn't happen. I read the book, I talked about it already, but you can see once again how this guy is just, even though people say they love him, he just can never reach that his full potential. And at a certain point, they do have to give it up. They do have to make room for another character that people care about. You know, you can't keep trying with the same unpopular character over and over and over. Sometimes it's time to just move on. It's hard, but at the same time, if no one's playing a character for multiple games, multiple decades, it's a sign. The next one is from 2012 and it's about Ganryu. He says, FYI, the usage rate of Ganryu is still the worst in the global average, LOL. You skip forward a decade and the same is true. What I just said about Li Wulong can be applied to a character like Ganryu as well, Zafina as well. Some of these characters have not been popular for a decade straight at this point. So what's the character usage stats based on? Not simple. Worldwide console online data plus arcade data, plus population data by research company, plus internet analysis data, etc. Basically what he's saying with this is we judge these things on many different types of datas. Consoles, arcade, popularity. He said character request. You talked about Jun Kazama being one of the most requested characters even though over the past games she did appear in, she was one of the lowest played. So there's many different ways that they view these characters and judge these characters. And just because your character isn't popular or your character isn't played that much doesn't mean that it's unlikely for them to appear. Especially with the day and age we live in with DLC and characters being added after launch. Honestly, I feel like it's better for your character not to be on the base roster and to show up as DLC, because when they show up as DLC, the chances of them being extremely powerful and extremely top tier is super high. And if I was able to take Yoshimitsu off the base roster and put him as DLC, I would do it because I know he's going to be a star character. With that being said, the video is over. Thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one, and bye bye.